Leave your comment below if you think Kaida looks more like me or Tiki. I'm also curious.
Hi guys! Since we have ended our journey into parenthood chapter, we decided to start our new chapter of parenthood with a Q&A about us video. So some of these questions I have gotten, some of these questions Yonja has received, some of the questions were from the comments.
Previously, we received a lot of comments from our previous video. So for our new audience and the old audience, we are going to answer each question one by one in this video to introduce ourselves again.
I divided these questions up into two parts. The first part is just about us and our relationship and things, and then the second part is about parenthood.
So our first question is gonna be, where are we from?
Let's say for you.
So
Yonja is from Shanghai, China.
Tiki is from Mississippi.
I feel like this is like the game
The
show.
game show, see how many questions I can answer for the other one. See how familiar you get.
Yeah. The next question is, what's our age? We'll just do a ballpark here. Yonja is like in his late 20s. And
Almost 30.
yeah.
Not that close to 30.
Yeah, he's not at the age where you'll say he's basically 30, but he's getting close to that point.
I would say I'm still at a good age.
I mean, 30 is still a good age though.
How about Tiki?
I'm in my mid-20s. Some people have asked if we are married.
That's a good question. Look at what? What's in my arm?
Well, some people don't. Some people are married and they don't have a kid.
Right, I mean that's a very interesting question because it sounds a little bit weird to me. Because in China, usually you won't have kids unless you're married. But I guess in the US it's a little bit different because even if when we were at the hospital, right, then the doctor asked me, "Oh, are you two married or are you the father?" I was like, "Oh, if I wasn't the father, why would I be in the room with her?"
Yeah, because there's like a lot of different relationships. So sometimes there's maybe some people choose to be a single parent, or maybe somebody brought their friend and things like that. So there's a lot of different. But
Yeah, the answer is adamant, happily married.
yeah, so we are married, but we didn't have our ceremony yet because we have a lot of big life events that's coming up. So we're going to kind of wait until those life events kind of mellow out, and then we're more stable, and then we can have our wedding ceremony. But
Yeah.
on paper, we're married.
Hopefully next year we can have our ceremony.
The next question is, do we have any culture shocks or difficulties with being in a, what is it called?
International couple? or
Yes,
what?
as an international couple.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot. So the most common thing is, do you drink cold water? Do you drink hot water? For example, in China, if a girl is having period, she cannot drink any cold water. She cannot eat any cold food. Yeah, I think it just doesn't work here.
Oh, I don't really care. I think the culture shock, maybe the food. Sometimes some of the food that you cook is kind of different.
Something I wouldn't say culture shocks, the culture difference is, I think because since we just answered are we married, so I think the concept of marriage is totally different here compared to China.
Like how so?
Huh?
How so?
Like in China, I think girls, they value more on material stuff, not about yourself, as a person, your personality. At least more than 70% girls, at least from my hometown back in Shanghai, if you don't have a 500,000 house, you won't be able to get married at all. That's something really different. So if you're not local, you're not from Shanghai, it's difficult. Or if you're not in a big city in China.
Like the language barrier is also kind of a hard thing too.
Yeah, language barrier is, I mean, indeed is a thing. It is a thing. You see the language barrier. I wouldn't say it's a like a culture difference or culture shock. Maybe the way people talk is very different. Like small talks. Oh, how are you doing today? Oh, usually I'll just say, yeah, I'm good. I didn't know. I didn't know you would also ask. Oh, how about yourself? That's why always my conversation just hanging there.
Yeah. Sometimes when we're talking and I'm like with him and stuff, it's like an awkward silence. And sometimes I like to just stay silent myself. But because of the silence is too awkward, I have to talk and break the silence. The awkwardness, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of language, I feel I'm still like a 2 years old baby learning language here. That's, I mean, inevitable.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
I can learn English with Kata together. Where did you?
On the bottom.
Oh my gosh! I thought you start from here to here.
Oh, that's what you were looking at? No.
I couldn't see it. It's a blind spot. Oh my god, we're on the same page but different section, I guess.
Next question is, has Dongjae graduated?
Yeah, I just graduated this last May. Finally, I think that's the last learning experience in my entire life, hopefully. It's also an ending of a journey, but it's the beginning of the like a career-wise journey. So I'm exciting and stressful.
Yeah. Entering work environment,
Right.
which is a big transition.
Right. That's really big transition. So I'm still adapting. One thing I feel very distinct is the way people talk in the university is very different from the people from workplace. Yeah, so I think it's welcome to the real world.
Yeah, I got a real culture shock when I came into the workplace too. By the way, Youngjae hasn't gotten a job yet, but he has an internship.
Yeah, I'm having an internship, so it's fine. I think I'll just get most of this internship to see. Like one way is option one is I can get a return offer. The second is because I'm still learning something about full stack, about software development. So hopefully, if I learn for 2 months and I can also have some other interviews, then I can still find a job.
Nice.
Otherwise, I'll just be a house husband.
Stay-at-home dad. What are our mutual hobbies? One of our mutual hobbies is, can you guess it? Content creation.
Content creation, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing YouTube since I was in high school. I got interested in video editing since I was in middle school. It was middle school.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what sparked it. And then after that, I just kept making videos. I didn't know YouTube was a thing at the time because I was like really young. And then once I got into high school, I was just doing some videos for fun. Just making videos, seeing what my editing style was. And then after that, I started trying to be more serious in YouTube. And then here I am.
Yeah. For me, I previously, because we had a counterpart of YouTube in China, so I posted a lot of videos on that on a Chinese platform called Bilibili, and I would say it's a very rewarding experience because initially I didn't even know what I should be posting, so I just posted a lot of my daily experience on that platform, but I found a lot of people they can relate. That's how I just gradually keep posting new videos until I came to Nebraska and studied, and I got so occupied all the time, so I just paused my video filming hobby for a while, but I'm happy I picked it up again right now.
Yeah, so when I was pregnant, I wasn't able to edit videos or record videos for a time. That's where that long break was, and Youngjae was able to edit some of the videos that we took and record our pregnancy journey.
I would say if we had to choose one, this is our biggest common hobby.
Yeah.
I would say the second one is compatible. I like cooking. She likes eating.
He likes to cook a lot. We also like to work out together. The next question is, are we planning on staying in America? And the answer is yes, so far. The job market here is better, and
freedom. That's kidding. Because I think the most important thing is, how do I say? Right now, it's kind of too small. First, we don't want to move too much. Like here, at least, I mean, either way, it's either from China or the US, at least we have some families in these two countries, so we can still get some help if we really need it. So I think that's the biggest reason, and also the like job related reason we want to find a stable job. So as I mean, we haven't decided which state we're going to settle in, but as long as we can both find a job, it's fine. Maybe when Kata is a little bit older, we can try to move or travel somewhere else. But right now, at least in 3 years, yes, leaving the US.
Now we're going to go into the parenthood questions that we've gotten a lot of, the parenting questions. And the first question is, how is parenthood? I feel like it's hard.
Especially when his sleeping pattern is very unpredictable right now. Sometimes he cries throughout the entire night. Sometimes he cries throughout the entire day. You just never know.
Yeah.
And sometimes he gets like hungry so easily. So that's the parenting so far. It's not bad. We just need to cut down our time on something else like cooking, or like I used to work out 5 days, 6 days per week, but right now maybe 2 to 3 days.
You have an initiation to parenthood, which is the hard part of the sleepless nights, and that's kind of what I think about whenever I stay up all night with Kaida, is that it's kind of like an initiation into parenthood. Every parent has to go through it.
Right.
And if somebody did it, then that means we can do it too. I've noticed that whenever I go out, people usually ask only me questions about the baby and not Yonja as well. And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, the dad is here too. So they just look directly at me for all the baby advice and stuff instead of Yonja. Okay, the next question is, are we planning for another baby? No.
No explanation, just no.
I think it's just easier to take care of one child. The birthing experience was kind of traumatic, which was something that I was not looking forward to in the first place. And now that it happened the way it happened, I definitely don't want to go through it again.
Yeah, and we also want to just dedicate all the love to one baby.
And the next question is, will Kaida learn Chinese?
当然了，我现在一直跟他说中文。Of course, if I'm with Kaida alone, I would just speak Chinese with him. If I'm with Tiki, I would speak in both Chinese and repeat it again in English.
The next question is, will Kaida visit China?
We're planning to apply for some travel documents for him. We'll think about sending him to China, maybe for a few years.
Yeah.
For his studies.
So I want him to definitely visit family during Chinese New Year. So that would be kind of the time that I want him to visit his grandparents. And then in the same sequence, I would like for him to visit my parents as well. And that goes into the other question is, will we be more immersed in the Chinese culture?
Yes, for now.
Yes.
Just yes is like I'm still a part of Chinese culture, right? But no is oh, I disagree. Because after all, you cannot find too many Chinese elements here. So even though we want to, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for him to immerse to the Chinese culture. Well, I think we'll try. We'll try the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely, I want to celebrate Chinese New Year. And the Lantern Festival. I think that's really cool.
Tiki knows more than me right now.
Are we going to see more baby content?
I think, yeah, it's just spontaneous.
Our videos are based on mostly our relationship and our life, because I want to look back 30 years from now, I don't know how long,
Yeah,
and see our videos. And I don't want to exactly focus on Kaida, but he is part of our life, so that's kind of going to be what our videos will entail. Our last question is a big one, because we want to make sure we are able to look back on our videos and see how young and maybe dumb we were 30 years from now. We want to kind of ask the question for ourselves on what are our short-term and long-term goals right now.
For short-term goal right now is have a good job, right? To buy a house or to have enough money for Kaida, for living costs. I think that's the short-term goal from my side.
Having money for Kaya, that's short term?
Uh-huh.
That's long term for me.
Long-term goal is I would be happy and delusional because for long-term goal I don't even know how far we can achieve. So right now I would say I want to still be happy after 40 years, 50 years. But the short-term goal is very practical.
Short-term goals that I'm thinking about is moving and getting a house, going back to school. I want to go back to school to get my master's. And long-term, I want to save up enough money for Kaida to have a used car, have at least a bachelor degree, and then for him to at least have enough money for a down payment.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about like finance, it can be concluded as we have enough passive income to support our life.
And that's my goals right now. So that's the end of our Q&A. Feel free to ask more questions in the comments down below, and we'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Bye!
Oh, let Kaida say goodbye to you. Let me try. Say goodbye to Uncle and Auntie. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay.